Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris, man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my show, Tell It Like It Is. I'm your host, Morris, man, and my co-host is
Joseph Spencer.
How are you today, Joe?
I'm here. I'm alive.
Good. Today we're going to touch on a topic that we've actually done before, but I feel it's important for us to do this topic again and perhaps do it again in the near future. Because, and this is solely my opinion, like Joe's opinion is his, and he's going to express that here. My opinion is this. You know, there's been, like the last 15, 20 years, an increase of crime from young black men. It's like some of these guys are out of control. And let me stress, not all, but some of them are really out of control. And you got to ask yourself, what is happening? What's taking place that's causing this? And this is my theory, you know, because we want to sweep the root issue under the rug. We want to deal with it by the time it's out of control, because the protocol, or should I say, the solution supposedly be, we just need more police on the street. That's the last thing we need. Because it's not that the city is police deficient. The city is one thing, it's job deficient. When I was a teenager, I could go anywhere and work when I wanted to, Joe. There's a CETA program, delivering papers, which is now done by adults driving their cars in the morning. There's no such thing as the paper boy after 4 o'clock come to deliver your paper when you get off work. Shoveling snow, raking leaves, you know, just you name it. There was money out there for us to achieve. Now, unfortunately, that money is gone, and there's twice as many teenagers today as there was when I was growing up. So now you got twice as many teenagers walking around with no jobs. Yeah. So what do you expect some of these young people to do? You know, you can't just turn your back and expect that it's going to work itself out. No, it's not. They're going to survive, and they're going to do what they need to do to, you know, to maintain and survive.
Little boys, when I was a little boy, I'd seek some grown up to emulate. I did. When I saw my father, my uncle, my older cousins, stuff, when they came in with their suits, I'm gonna be just like him. You know, to be sharp, driving their cars, to be talking about work, you know, and what they did at the bar, which I didn't understand at the time. You know, and they, you know, you emulate it. Young boys emulate, like some of young boys emulate the cowboys.
Yeah. Well, you emulate your environment, whether your environment is a good one or it's a bad one.
Right. So when you have a grandfather up in here with his grandson, kid, that emulation, he's going to teach his son the same thing.
Yeah.
You know,
they pick up on the things that they see on a daily basis. Yeah. Because the other issue is this, and we've done this before, and I'm gonna do it again because I think it's a good demonstration. If you were to pull a young black kid off the street in the 60s and say, draw your family structure. They draw mama, they draw themselves, they draw daddy. You pull a kid off the street now, black child in 2016, draw your family structure. They draw mama again, they draw themselves, then they draw grandmama. Grandmama, where's daddy? You know, grandmother has become, I coined the phrase, the surrogate father now.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays, these young folks are not getting married to each other that they're having kids with, and the young black child is living at home with mama, who's living with her mama, and daddy nowhere in the picture. And fast forward 18 years later, especially being a young black man, you growing up without the guidance of your father or another man, mentor in your life, most likely you're gonna be a mess. And that's what we got today, a mess out there.
And you hit it, man, because kids, I listened to music when I was 16, 17, 14, 12, 10, you know. But music didn't influence me spiritually.
And it didn't dictate how you're going to live your life.
It didn't dictate how I'm going to live. Right. When you have movies and music related to the same thing, being thugs.
Yeah.
You know, being thugs, sticking up and selling drugs.
Being disrespectful to women.
Yeah, being disrespectful. Women are
B's and H's.
Yeah, B's and H's.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you're going to see at 16, 17, 14 years old. You know, when little boys see a thug pushing women around and the women are agreeing with it and becoming subservient to it, this is the way to treat a woman. Yeah,
because I seen something, if I can interject, that was disturbing on Snoop Dogg. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not a big Snoop Dogg fan. I'm just not.
Well,
but
he's a real brother.
Yeah, and actually he's related to me.
Okay.
You know, actually he's related to me. So he went to, I guess, a record premiere, and he showed up, and he had these 2 leashes, and on the end of these leashes were 2 women. And it's like, what message do you think you're sending when you do this? And then almost a 360, I'm somewhere trying to break up mayhem. And it's like, it's hard to have respect for anybody like we did for Martin Luther King, when one minute you're doing this that's disrespectful and ignorant. Then the next thing you're trying to be legitimate and trying to, be respectful and trying to be the, I guess, the instigator of peace, which is, commendable, but it's like, I have a hard time taking you serious when one minute you're over here doing this, now you're over here doing this. It's contradictory.
When you have a entertainer, a major star, that doesn't see S&M, because that's what it is, the chaining and bondage stuff. That's S&M. They don't see it. That crap is demonic, and they don't see it. They think it's
something that you do behind closed doors. If you want to get it, break out the leather and the whips and chains with a consigning adult. Fine.
That's true. And when you confuse sex and violence together, I'm a real man. My stuff is, and I can beat the woman out of this bra and make her subservient, put a chain around and make her put a little butt up in there. That S&M mentality. When you put it into a young kid and you got the music going too, I didn't need all that nudity in videos or watching a female perform. She could be fully dressed, and I still found her sensuous and desirable.
Yeah, and leave something to the imagination.
Yeah,
instead of you going to give it all to me when I don't need all that information. Like they say, too much information.
And they go back. They use this old-fashioned mammy crap, like the booty bounce dance. First time I saw that must have been about 8, 9 years old. And when I went to Africa, they have a dance similar to it, and they trying to make all this stuff completely disrespectful. It gives the wrong attitude about a woman's body and what she's made for, of turning her behind up for entertainment.
Yeah.
It's not entertainment, and I've been watching this stuff for 30 years now.
Oh yeah, it's just gotten worse and more blatant.
I'm not a prude. I've been out in
right, exactly, right. Right, I mean, none of us are living a Leave It to Beaver life for the Brady's. I mean, that would be wonderful, but the realization is this is the real world. But
when you have women, white, black, Chinese, Japanese, whatever, turning their asses up and bouncing it for the camera, what kind of message does that give little girls and little boys?
Yeah.
But
in order for us, because we're going to wrap this up, in order for us to, I guess, move forward as black people and peer people in general, but most of us will agree that our people, we got some issues, and we need to fix these. We can't rely on the mayor or the police chief. We got to fix in-house problems. And the first thing, if I can just finish, the first thing is this: we got to stop all these casual pregnancies. Because in the long run, you're hurting your children because they need mother and father in the house. When I grew up, my mother and father was married before they made me. Same thing with your mother and father. They were there before they made you. Now it's so common practice that you walk to any black household, daddy ain't here.
Well,
and I got 2 kids.
They advertise that in the videos also, Robert. I mean, Morris. I kind of know why I keep calling you Robert. Morris. They advertise that in the movies too. I figured, man, the music industry, the black music industry, and the white music industry, and movies and stuff, they found another way to make monies off of slavery and oppression.
Well,
and a lot of our people have fallen for that.
Well, we've had more other people outside our race making money off of us than us.
But it's still form of slavery.
Yeah.
I feel like it's form
but look at our time. We got to wrap this up because we can sit here and talk for an hour literally on this topic, but unfortunately we don't have that time. So until next time, because we might do a part 2 of this, because it's important that we kind of analyze what's going on within our, our race and what's causing these problems and how can we fix it? Because we can't rely on the police because we scream and say there ain't enough police, and then when the police intervene, sometimes they get heavy-handed and it's like it's too much. So it's like we need to fix our problem, and that's what we need to do.
Well, you have a lot of households where the parents, the mother by herself, she's scared about kids.
Yeah, well, yeah, but and that's why all the more reason we need that balance, because mama can't do it by herself,
Even my-
daddy can't. But again, we got to go. It's past our time. So until next time, take care. Thanks for watching.